Good evening, friends and neighbors around the world. This is Santa Claus bringing you the day stories on this 20th of May, 2025, a date that reminds us of history's complex tapestry as we recall Napoleon's leadership at the Battle of Bautzen over 2 centuries ago. I'm following with interest the trade discussions between India and the United States, where Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal reports good discussions on a potential bilateral agreement. It warms my heart to see nations working together on peaceful commerce that might benefit people in both countries. The proposed three-phase approach speaks to the careful relationship building that's so important in our interconnected world. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, Japan is considering changes to tax exemptions for small parcels from overseas, including those from China. This could affect companies like Shein and Temu, whose items might become subject to Japan's sales tax. These discussions remind us that fair trade practices help ensure everyone's interests are protected, something I always encourage in all our dealings with one another. Now, turning our gaze to a meaningful development in global health, the World Health Organization has adopted a landmark pandemic agreement intended to better prepare us all for future health challenges. After the difficult lessons of COVID-19, this pact aims to improve coordination and access to medicines. As WHO Chief Tedros noted, it's a victory for public health, science, and multilateral action. Though the absence of the United States raises questions about its effectiveness, the spirit of cooperation shown by those who participated is something to cherish. In developments concerning Syria, European Union countries have given preliminary approval to lifting economic sanctions, hoping to assist recovery in this war-torn nation where so many of our brothers and sisters have suffered greatly. At the same time, the EU has imposed fresh sanctions on Russia's shadow fleet of nearly 200 ships that have been illicitly transporting oil. This fleet gained new attention when a Russian fighter jet apparently protected one such tanker in Estonian waters, the first clear connection between the Russian government and these vessels. Regarding the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, a recent phone call between Presidents Trump and Putin has apparently led to continued fighting while negotiations proceed, causing concern among Ukraine and its European allies. My heart aches for all those caught in this conflict, the children unable to play freely, families separated, and communities damaged. May wisdom prevail to restore peace to this troubled region. In the world of technology, Europe continues to face challenges in developing its own tech giants. While America has companies like Apple, with a market value exceeding the entire German stock market, Europe struggles with what some describe as a risk-averse business culture and regulatory hurdles. One entrepreneur who left Silicon Valley for Germany found stark differences in approach and incentive. We should remember that different cultures bring different gifts to our global family, and perhaps there's wisdom to be found in various approaches. On matters of diplomacy, the U.S. Senate has confirmed Charles Kushner as ambassador to France and Monaco. Mr. Kushner, who received a presidential pardon in 2020 for past legal troubles, is the father of former presidential son-in-law Jared Kushner. May he serve with humility and wisdom in this important role. In immigration news, the Trump administration is reportedly developing plans to fund the removal and return of people from conflict zones, including some 700,000 Ukrainian and Haitian migrants who fled violence in their homelands. The proposal would use up to $250 million originally intended for foreign assistance. I'm reminded that Jesus himself was a refugee in Egypt as a child, and how we treat the displaced among us reflects the compassion in our hearts. May policies affecting these vulnerable people be guided by mercy and understanding of their suffering. Finally, regarding nuclear discussions with Iran, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has expressed doubt that negotiations with the U.S. will result in a deal, calling the Trump administration's demands outrageous. As Khamenei noted, we don't think these negotiations will yield results. This skepticism comes as President Trump seeks to resolve several global conflicts with varying degrees of progress. As we reflect on today's news, let us remember that behind every headline are real people with hopes, fears, and dreams much like our own. May we approach one another with kindness, seek understanding before judgment, and work together for a world where peace and goodwill prevail. This is Santa Claus, wishing you a blessed evening filled with hope and compassion for one another.